The chair recognizes the honourable member for Fox Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, your committee was constituted by a vote in the House of Assembly on the 11th of November 2015. The committee was given the following terms of reference: to inquire into the proposed regulations under the National Honors Bill 2015 and to make recommendations by the 9th December 2015 with power to send for persons and papers, with leave to sit from place to place and leave to sit during the recess. Your committee met on 3 occasions in person on Monday the 16th of November, Wednesday the 18th of November, and Monday the 7th of December. A copy of the minutes of the meeting are attached in Annex A. On the first occasion, the following attended: Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, Member for West Grand Bahama, Member for Carmichael, Member for Pine Ridge, Member for Montague, the Clerk of the House, Mr. David Forbes, Secretary, Ms. Asheron Lagman, Assistant Secretary, Ms. Lamisha Cox, Chief Counsel for the Law Reform Commissioner. Apologies were received from the honourable member for Yamacraw and the member for Long Island. On the second occasion, the following persons attended: Member for Pine Ridge, Member for, I keep saying that, I'm sorry. My apologies, my Marco City, I'm sorry. Yeah. On the second occasion, the following: the member for Marco City. That's true. Member for Fox Hill, member for West Grand Bahama, member for Yamacraw, member for Carmichael, member for Montague, Mr. Forbes, Ms. Lightburn, Ms. Cox. Apologies were received from the member for Long Island. And at the third meeting, member for Fox Hill, member for West Grand Bahama, member for Yamacraw, member for Montague, Mr. Tynes, Mr. Forbes, Mr. Lightburn. And apologies were received from the member for Carmichael, the member for Long Island, and the member for Marco City participated by telephone on 2 occasions. Your committee elected the member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini as the deputy chair. Your committee reviewed the bill in its entirety and the proposed regulations under the bill. The bill was reviewed because it was necessary for a fuller understanding of the regulations. Your committee agreed with the aims and objectives of the bill, and in particular took note of the main difference between the bill now before the House and the bills to be repealed by the proposed legislation, and the bill to be repealed by the proposed legislation. Your committee noted that the main difference can be found in Clause 9(1)(b) of the bill, which will allow for someone who would have become a citizen of the Bahamas upon independence to become a national hero. Your committee is proposing several amendments to the bill for the consideration of the House. The amendments will, in your committee's view, make the process of awarding honors less politically contentious and more politically neutral, and thereby strengthen the integrity of the awards. The proposed amended bill is attached at Annex B. Your committee was also concerned that there should not be a dual set of awards, and while Bahamian citizens will not be prevented from receiving the awards now called the British Awards or continuing to use the post-nominals, your committee recommends that these awards should no longer be granted as a matter of policy once the new law is brought into force. The recommendation for the savings of existing awards is reflected in Clause 18 of the bill. Your committee recommends that the new law should come into force the 1st of March 2016, and the first award should be announced on Independence Day 2016 and every Independence Day thereafter, and the awards ceremony should be held on National Heroes Day, the second Monday in October each year. This recommendation is reflected in the new Clause 8 of the amended bill. Your committee has also recommended that an additional society and order be created called the Order of Lignum Vitae and be reserved exclusively for citizens under the age of 25. This proposed additional honor is listed at Clause 5(1)(g) of the amended bill. Your committee met with the National Heroes Day Committee headed by the Reverend Canon Sebastian Campbell. The following members of the committee attended the meeting on the 18th of November 2013. Canon Sebastian Campbell, Reverend C.B. Moss, Mr. Freddie Munnings, Mrs. Vander Moss. Canon Campbell also attended the meeting of the 7th December 2015. The National Heroes Day Committee presented its views, and many of those views were incorporated within the amended bill found at Annex B. Your committee invited the National Heroes Day Committee to assist your committee with the dissemination of information and on the proposed amendments to the bill and regulations and to solicit feedback from the public. To that end, the Heroes Committee held a public hearing in Freeport and hosted public discussions on radio and television, both in New Providence and Grand Bahama. A copy of the minutes of the town hall meeting held in Freeport is attached in Annex C. Your committee also created a website, nationalhonorsbill.com, for public consultation. Feedback posted on the website are attached as Annex D, as is a letter received from Tony McCarroll. Your committee decided that knighthoods or their equivalent for women should continue to be conferred upon the Governor General, the Chief Justice, and the President of the Court of Appeal under the existing system. Your committee does not recommend the creation of a society conferring knighthoods. Your committee reviewed the draft regulations and made certain amendments which are attached to Annex E. Your committee believes that it should be further instructed with regard to the regulations and the specifics of the orders as the draft insignia await Cabinet's review. Once the Cabinet completes its review, your committee recommends that they should be sent back to your committee for further analysis before they come into your force. Your committee therefore suggests that the House extends the power of the committee to continue its review of the regulations once they have been approved by the Cabinet. Your committee supports the passage of the bill as amended in Annex B, recommends the bill for immediate passage. It supports the regulations attached insofar as we are able to, at this point, to review them, and your committee commends this report to the adoption of the House. And the committee's report is a unanimous report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Ordered that the report be brought up. And, Honourable Member, you may move for adoption of the report by resolution.
Mr. Speaker, resolved that the, I just need a, can I have a piece of paper for a second? Mr. Speaker, I move.
Honourable Member for Fox Hill. Motion.
I move that the report of the committee's report on the National Honors Bill 215 be adopted.
Very well. Do we have a second? Let the record reflect. Seconded by the member for Montague. Order that the notice be brought up. It is moved and seconded that the report of the Committee of the National Honors Bill be adopted. As many as are in favor will remain seated. Those opposed will stand. The resolution is agreed.
Mr. Speaker,
Member for Fox Hill.
there's one consequential resolution which comes out of the report, which is to ask to move a request to continue the work of examining the draft regulations pursuant to the proposed National Honors Bill now before the House with power to send for persons and papers, leave to sit from place to place, and leave to sit during the recess. I so move.
Order that the notice be brought up.